you, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass.
Ice.
This is a certified hood classic.
I told you so. I tried to tell you that protesting doesn't do jack. I tried to tell you that that voting is a rigged system, but you all didn't want to listen. Y'all didn't listen. There are a lot of reasons why the red wave didn't happen. The quote and unquote red tsunami. I'm just going to stick to two reasons. Reason number one. It's blatantly obvious that the Patriots are still complacent. Number two. And this seems to be the go-to excuse for both the pAtRiOtS and the libtards. But you gotta choose the lesser of two evils. It doesn't matter if it's voting. It doesn't matter if it's anything else, including a fight. If you vote for the lesser evil, or you vote for the greater evil, or the evil in the middle, or you fight for whatever evil there is, the greater evil, lesser evil, or the evil in the middle, you perpetuate evil. You're perpetuating the definition of insanity, where you do the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Why do you people insist on enabling and you just enable and embolden the politicians to violate your rights on a daily basis? Why is that? I mean, I'm not trying to sound like some kind of John Connor, leader of some kind of resistance in the near future, but y'all are seriously, like, my gosh. Anyways, this voting conspiracy is complete nonsense. I mean, let's talk about, the conspiracy, the Hollywood conspiracy where people are disappearing in Los Angeles on a daily basis. Let's talk about that conspiracy. Better yet, let's talk about the conspiracy about the government's involvement in the assassinations of Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. Let's talk about that conspiracy. Conspiracies. You know what? Let's talk about the 9/11 conspiracy. How 9/11 was an inside job. But no, you all want to talk about the voting conspiracy, and I'm pretty sure someone's going to come around and say, oh, you didn't vote, did you? And if you did vote, who did you vote for? It's none of your business who I voted for, or if I voted or not. But you gotta choose the lesser of two evils. Yeah, you perpetuate evil, regardless. So what's next? Plastic patriots? You know what? I'm just gonna say this too. You plastic patriots, paper patriots, and you idiotic libtards. You know what you all remind me of? Better yet, in my opinion, I think all of you placate to your politicians. You know, write to your representatives and all that, to your senators. I mean, you all think what you're doing is revolutionary. While the CEO of some cancer association that's supposedly trying to prevent or cure cancer has a salary of $1 million. A nonprofit organization. But anyways, you libtards and paper patriots, in my opinion, I think you were just protesting, or you're just riding the streets, you burn down your communities, you loot stores, or you're just out there peacefully protesting while armed and all that. You know what I think what you do? I think you weren't there to achieve a goal. To be something bigger, to be a part of something bigger than yourselves. You weren't there to enact change. You were there for a pat on the back, an attaboy and attagirl. You were there for validation, affirmation, and recognition. It doesn't matter if you're violent or you're out there peacefully protesting. If you're protesting for gun rights or against gun rights, for the police or against the police, against police brutality, against racism, against immigration or for immigration, so on and so forth, for abortion, against abortion, for religion or against religion, so on and so forth, you all perpetuate the definition of insanity. You really think that the politicians, Libertarian politician, Republican politicians, and Democratic politicians, do you really think they give a damn about you? What makes you think they care about your rights? What makes you think they care about your needs? Three things politicians, Republicans, Libertarians, and Democrats alike. Three things they care about so much about: your votes, money, and control. That's all they care about. Oh, and by the way, I gotta bring this up, even though it has nothing to do with the red wave. But I've noticed in the past 3 years of a few veterans going on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, especially YouTube. You know what they say? They say, "We gave you your rights because we served in the military." A lot of people, not just those few veterans going around saying, "Oh, I gave you your rights because I served in the military." A lot of you need to understand, we were born with natural rights, endowed by their creator of certain unalienable rights. Apparently, people need to educate themselves on the definition of the word unalienable, which means cannot be taken away. So, in that sense, the government taking away felons' rights, certain rights of felons, has been breaking the law for a while now. Now, the definition of the word creator, in my own words: a deity, a higher power, a god. Now, depending on whatever religion you choose to practice is totally up to you, because you have that right of freedom of speech to practice whatever religion you choose to practice. And quite honestly, I think a lot of people have lost sight of the basic, fundamental right of freedom of religion. You're a pagan? Cool. You're a Satanist? Cool. You're Jewish? You're cool. You're Catholic, Muslim, Christian, so on and so forth, or Wiccan? Cool. But those few veterans going around saying, well, I gave you your rights because I served in the military. You didn't give shit. You don't have that authority. Now, if you said that you fought for people's rights and freedoms, I wouldn't be here talking about this very issue. If you said that instead of, I gave you your rights because I served in the military, we wouldn't have this issue right now. But since you want to bring it up, I'll tell you what you fought for. You fought for a corrupt government. That's right. You fought for a corrupt government to become more centralized than it already was, to become bigger than it already was. That's all you did. Under the pretense of, I fought for your rights and freedoms. Just doing my job. Just following orders. Yeah. That's all you did. You fought for a corrupt government. Now, some people may say, "Oh, well, they fought for fought for evil." That's one thing. Some people may say that the military fought for oil, for the big-time bankers and all that. That's totally up to y'all. Y'all have that right of freedom of speech. But of course, some people take things out of context. I mean, it is what it is. I guess the United States of America is a nation full of snowflakes and crybabies and all that bullshit. Oh my gosh. See, the thing is, a lot of you don't understand that people have the right to, wave around, whatever flag they choose to wave around. Like the Confederate flag. People want to wave around the LGBTQ flag, the rainbow flag, whatever. And people have the right to apparently wave around the swastika flag. Now, a lot of people don't understand that the swastika is has different meanings. Besides Nazism. But it's the same thing with the pentagram. The upside down star. How people say the upside down star is it's satanic. Not always. Not always. You see, that's the thing. There's different contexts to many things. An upside down pentagram. Or, certain numbers and all that kind of stuff. Letters, the meaning of letters, and all that kind of stuff. But it just seems like to me that like I said, people go around and they still want to perpetuate evil by voting for the lesser evil. Regardless, you perpetuate evil. And it seems to me people are still complacent. So what's next, Patriots? Are you all going to threaten civil war? Let's say you do have the balls. Let's say you do have the backbone to draw your firearm. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two, do you have what it takes to point your gun at someone who's trying to do you harm, trying to violate your rights, who threatens your life, who's threatened your life? Do you have the cojones to do all that? You know, draw your firearms, and point the firearm at that person? Now, the question is, do you have the guts, the nerve to pull the trigger? If you answer no, then why in the blue hell are you going around saying, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty? Or, better yet, when the law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he's also obligated to do so. And the funny thing about that is, y'all still abide by unconstitutional laws on a daily basis. You all, I wouldn't say perpetuate, but you all portray yourselves as the rebels, the outlaws, and all that kind of stuff. But in reality, all you are is nothing but an American, an ordinary American, who happens to be armed with the natural right to keep and bear arms. That's all you are. I mean, you're all wearing your thin blue line Punisher shirts, your come and take it and don't tread on me shirts, like while wearing, I wouldn't say wear, but while carrying your AR-15s in protests. You think you're scaring people. No, you're not scaring people. You're not scaring anybody. Especially if you wear your thin blue line Punisher shirts with the thin blue line American flag on it. You're not scaring anybody. And it doesn't make any sense to me that 1 minute you wear a "Don't Tread on Me," the Gadsden with the rattlesnake and just the Gadsden flag stuff. You wave around your Gadsden flag shirts and all that. 1 minute you're advertising to the whole country that you're against big government. The next minute you wear a thin blue line American flag shirt, which stands for, in my eyes, not just for the police, but also a police state. Statism. And could possibly mean fascism, too. Did you know that police departments are government agencies? Yeah. Who enforces unconstitutional laws on a daily basis? The cops. And when you all go around and say, when it looks like the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, guess what, people? Guess who murdered Duncan Lemp, Gary Willis, Sean Rowe, and the Branch Davidians, and whoever else they murdered at Ruby Ridge in the name of unconstitutional bullshit? It was the cops. Federal, state, and local cops. That's all. Yeah. And you all support the cops. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. What the cops do with their quote and unquote authority, or should I say authority, power, whatever, That's something that interests me. Just like the politicians and the military going overseas, doing something in the interest of the United States of America. Now that's something that interests me. I guarantee you, most of you, when push comes to shove, when the cops come to your doorstep to illegally confiscate your firearms, when it comes to this big gun confiscation raids, that's bound to happen sooner or later. Most of you, you're not going to fight. You're going to get on your hands and knees and lick the cops' boots. You see, there's liberal bootlickers, there's cop bootlickers, and there's the pAtRiOt bootlickers. Now the question is, are you a bootlicker or not? Now the other question is, have you truly experienced freedom? Have you truly experienced freedom? Hell, 99.5% of us don't know true freedom. I mean, if we actually had true freedom, we would actually say, well, I want my taxes to go here. Or we could actually say, I'm not going to pay my taxes. I'm not going to pay taxes at all. I'm not going to do the tax returns. No, but we're told to do all that. That's not freedom. Signing a 4473 form to legally own a firearm, that's not freedom. That's not freedom whatsoever. Asking permission to be armed and all that, asking the government permission to conceal carry before we get carry permits, concealed carry permits, that's not freedom. Not freedom whatsoever. Are you free from taxation? Free from government interference? And a lot of you apparently don't know, still don't know. But luckily, you have somebody right here who's going to tell it to you like it is. The Constitution doesn't give you rights. It simply protects your rights from government interference, from the government going overboard. That's all. If you truly believe that a piece of paper protects you or your rights, then I guess per your logic that you believe a restraining order also protects you. Nah. Nah. So there you go. As far as the few veterans going around saying, I gave you rights because I served in the military, you don't have the authority to do that. Like I said, in what it says in the Declaration of Independence, endowed by our Creator of certain unalienable rights. Which means we were born with natural rights given to us by a creator. Any creator. Like I said, people who worship other religions. And people lost sight of the fact of freedom of religion. That's just my opinion. Actually, it's what I've experienced. But anyways, y'all take care.